Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Napoleon Hill. There are moments in life when everything seems to be falling apart. When you're facing challenges so great, you wonder if you'll ever break free. The weight of failure presses on you like a mountain, and the road ahead looks darker than the night sky. You feel like giving up. But here's the truth you must hear right now. You are not meant to quit. You were born for this fight. Every great success in history, every monumental achievement you admire, was built on the foundation of resilience. Thomas Edison, after failing thousands of times in his pursuit of the light bulb, said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." The vision was clear. The goal was unshakable. And though failure knocked at his door again and again, Edison rose with a greater strength each time. His resilience became the seed of his success. So when the going gets hard, when the weight of life feels unbearable, know that what you're going through is not the end. It's the very moment you have the power to transform yourself. You have within you the strength to rise again and again until victory is yours. This is your resilience guide. This is your call to take control of your destiny. You see, resilience is not a gift given to a select few. It is a muscle, just like the ones that allow you to lift weights or run faster. It can be developed, strengthened, hardened, but like any muscle, it must be trained. And the training begins with the mind. Your mind is your most powerful weapon. The moment you face adversity, your mind is the first battlefield. It's easy to lose hope when you're overwhelmed. Fear creeps in. Doubt takes root. But in those moments, remember this. What you believe, you become. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every action you take starts with a thought. Every victory starts with the belief that you can win. It's the belief that you will win. This is the foundation of Napoleon Hill's teachings. He said, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." The greatest obstacle to your resilience is the thought that you cannot overcome the challenges in front of you. That's the lie we tell ourselves. But it's a lie. You have the power to choose your thoughts. You have the power to control your mind. Don't let fear or negativity dictate your fate. You decide whether you rise or fall. And once you make the decision to rise, nothing, not a single obstacle, not a single setback, can stop you. Clarity is power. It's not enough to simply wish for success. It's not enough to say, "I want things to get better." You must be clear on exactly what you want, why you want it, and how you'll get there. Clarity is the compass that will guide you through the darkest storms. It's the light that keeps you focused when everything around you feels chaotic. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I want to achieve above all else? Focus on that vision with unrelenting intensity. Keep your eyes on it, no matter how far away it may seem. The moment you lose clarity, you lose direction. The moment you lose direction, you become aimless. And being aimless in the face of adversity is one of the most dangerous things you can be. If you're unclear about where you're going, you're bound to be pulled in every direction but the right one. So right now, take a moment. Pause. Get crystal clear about your purpose. No more distractions. No more second guessing. Set your sights on the prize. Purpose is the fuel that drives you. Resilience is not built on wishful thinking or empty motivation. It's built on purpose, a deep, burning desire to achieve something greater than yourself. When you have a clear purpose, no setback can stop you. No failure can make you quit. Purpose ignites the fire in your soul and fuels your actions. Without purpose, you are just going through the motions. Think about the greatest achievers in history. They didn't succeed because they were lucky. They succeeded because they had purpose. Henry Ford didn't just build cars. He built a legacy that changed the world because he believed in making transportation affordable for everyone. Walt Disney didn't just create a theme park. He built a place where imagination became reality, and he did it because he wanted to create joy for millions. Purpose is what drives you when the world tells you to stop. It's the reason you get up every day and face the grind. It's the reason you don't give up when everything is stacked against you. Your purpose is the heartbeat of your resilience. Discipline, the daily commitment to your dream. Now, with purpose comes discipline. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from failure. It's about showing up every day, no matter how hard it gets. It's about putting in the work when you don't feel like it. It's about making the tough choices when your mind tells you to take the easy way out. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's the action behind every intention. And this is where most people falter. The world loves the idea of success, but few are willing to put in the hard, consistent work it takes to get there. But you? You understand that success is not built overnight. It's built one day at a time, one decision at a time, one action at a time. The harder the journey, the more you need discipline. The more you push through, the stronger you become. Discipline is not a punishment. It's freedom. It's freedom from uncertainty. It's freedom from self-doubt. And it's what will carry you when everything else seems to be falling apart. Action. Your path to victory. It doesn't matter how many books you read or how many plans you make. What matters is action. Action is what turns your thoughts into reality. You can have the clearest vision, the strongest purpose, the greatest plan, but without action, none of it matters. You must act. Every single day. The moment you hesitate, the moment you procrastinate, you lose momentum. And when you lose momentum, you lose the battle. But when you take action, no matter how small, you move closer to your goal. When you act, you show the universe that you are serious. You prove to yourself that you will not let anything stand in your way. Action is the test of your resilience. It's not enough to think or talk about your dreams. You must act. With each step, each choice, you build the foundation for your success. And even if the first step is small, it is progress. That's all that matters. Progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. Gratitude, a powerful force. When the going gets tough, it's easy to focus on what's wrong, on what you lack, on what you've lost. But let me tell you something that will shift everything for you. Gratitude is the antidote to hardship. Gratitude is the secret weapon that can turn a difficult situation into a blessing. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. It turns setbacks into opportunities. It's not about ignoring your struggles. It's about recognizing the lessons they bring. Gratitude is what keeps you grounded. It's what helps you find peace in the storm. And it's what fuels your resilience. Because when you're grateful, you see the world through a lens of abundance. And when you see abundance, you attract more of it. Adaptability. The power to pivot. One of the most important qualities of resilient people is their ability to adapt. The world is constantly changing. The challenges you face today will not be the same as the ones you face tomorrow. And to thrive, you must be able to pivot, to adjust, to change course when necessary. But adaptability doesn't mean giving up on your dream. It means being flexible enough to find new ways to achieve it. It means being willing to experiment, to try new things, to evolve. When you can adapt, you turn obstacles into stepping stones. Resilience is in your DNA. The world may try to break you, but it cannot defeat you unless you allow it. You are not made to be defeated. You are made to rise. You have within you the strength of the greatest men and women in history. You are made for this. You were born for this. So the next time life gets tough, when the road gets hard, when the weight of the world seems too much to bear, remember this. You are resilient. You are powerful. You will rise. Your journey is not over. This is just the beginning. Keep going. Keep pushing. Your success is waiting for you on the other side of resilience. and you will get there. The strength within you will guide you through. When doubt creeps in, when failure knocks, when your strength feels like it's slipping through your fingers, remember this. Your greatest strength is not in your circumstances, but in your ability to rise from them. Think of the greatest moments in history. Think of Abraham Lincoln, who faced rejection time and time again. He failed in business, was defeated in elections, and yet his resilience led him to become one of the greatest leaders this world has ever known. He didn't stop when failure came knocking. He didn't let it define him. He took each failure, learned from it, and moved forward. Lincoln didn't just endure the struggles. He used them. He used them to fuel his purpose, to give him the strength to press on when others would have given up. The same resilience lies within you. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about what you do when it comes. It's about what you learn, how you adapt, and how you press forward. But it doesn't stop there. Resilience requires unshakable belief in yourself. There are times when others will doubt you. There will be voices telling you it's too hard, telling you to quit, telling you that you're not good enough. But the most important voice is the one that speaks from within. The voice that says, "I can do this." The voice that refuses to listen to the doubters, the naysayers, and even the voice of fear within you. This is where true resilience is born, in your belief that you are capable, in your belief that there is nothing you cannot overcome. There is a power that exists when you believe in yourself, and it's the same power that allowed people like Steve Jobs to revolutionize the tech industry. Jobs faced countless obstacles, but his belief in his vision kept him going. He didn't just rely on the circumstances around him, he relied on an unshakable belief that his ideas were worth fighting for. He faced failure, rejection, and even public humiliation, but through it all, he stayed true to himself and his belief in his purpose. Your belief is the fuel that powers your resilience. It's what keeps you going when all else seems lost. When you believe in yourself, you're never truly defeated. Even if you fall, you will rise. And every time you rise, you come back stronger, more determined, and more focused on your goal. Every step forward is a victory. Resilience is not about making giant leaps toward your goal every day. Sometimes resilience is simply about putting one foot in front of the other. It's about taking small, consistent steps forward, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Every step counts. Every effort matters. And every victory, no matter how small, is a step toward your larger goal. There will be days when the world feels heavy, when the weight of your dreams seems too much to carry. But you need to remind yourself, every day you keep moving forward, you are winning. Even the smallest actions are moving you closer to your success. When Thomas Edison faced failure, he didn't step back. He kept moving forward, no matter how small the progress. He took one step after another, never halting, always believing that his success was just one more step away. He didn't quit because the road was hard. He continued, because each step brought him closer to his destiny. Resilience is a mindset. At its core, resilience is a mindset. It's the way you choose to see the world, the way you choose to see your challenges. Resilient people don't look at obstacles as roadblocks. They see them as stepping stones. They don't dwell on the things they can't control. They focus on the things they can. They don't see failure as the end, but as a lesson, a way to learn, grow, and improve. You have the power to choose your mindset, to choose how you respond to life's challenges. Will you give in to fear and doubt, or will you rise with the strength of a warrior? Will you choose to see setbacks as permanent, or will you choose to use them as stepping stones to greater success? The choice is yours. And in that choice, you decide how resilient you will be. Resilience is not a one-time decision. It's a way of thinking, a way of living, a way of seeing the world. And when you adopt a resilient mindset, you open the door to limitless possibilities. Your greatest test is coming. Will you be ready? The road ahead will not always be easy. The challenges will come. The setbacks will arrive. And in those moments, you will be tested. But remember, the greatest test is not what happens to you. It's how you respond. The greatest test is in your ability to stay focused, to remain resilient, to never give up, no matter how hard it gets. Just like a muscle grows stronger the more you work it, your resilience will grow stronger with each challenge you face. Every time life knocks you down and you choose to rise again, you become more powerful, more unstoppable, and more capable of achieving greatness. This is the truth. You are meant for greatness. You are meant to overcome. You are meant to rise above every challenge, every obstacle, and every setback. And it starts with resilience. So what will you choose? Will you choose to quit? Or will you choose to fight? Will you let the obstacles in your path define you? Or will you use them to build a future greater than you ever imagined? The world needs your resilience. The world needs your strength. And most importantly, you need it. You need it. Because your destiny is waiting for you on the other side of this storm. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep rising. The best is yet to come. And remember, you were never made to break. The fire that cannot be extinguished. When storms rage and the night stretches long, when the path is unclear and your soul is weary, there is something deeper than motivation, deeper than strategy, deeper than discipline itself. There is a fire, a divine, unrelenting flame that no failure can put out, no setback can drown, no critic can smother. That fire is your will. The will to press on. The will to believe when it makes no sense. The will to stand when your knees tremble. The will to endure. This is what Napoleon Hill called definiteness of purpose backed by burning desire. And it is this desire, this will, that has built empires from dust. It is this fire that carried a broke and battered Andrew Carnegie from sweeping factory floors to becoming the titan of steel. It is this fire that drove Helen Keller, deaf and blind, to speak louder with her life than most do with perfect faculties. And it is this fire, right now, within you, waiting to be summoned. No one can give it to you, no one can light it for you, but once you decide to ignite it, nothing can stop you. The world will try to silence you. Let it try. Make no mistake, adversity is not optional. Criticism is not avoidable. The higher you climb, the louder the voices get. You're not enough. You're too late. You'll never make it. But what separates the remembered from the forgotten is not talent, not resources, not good fortune. It is the refusal to be silenced. Let the world talk. Let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Because while they speak, you act. While they rest, you work. While they criticize, you build. That is resilience. Not just survival, but movement in spite of resistance. Motion when stuck. Fire when surrounded by ice. You don't owe the world your explanation. You owe it your results. History bends to the unyielding. The pages of history are stained with the blood, sweat, and persistence of men and women who simply would not give up. They were laughed at, mocked, ignored. But time always bows to the relentless. Winston Churchill, scorned, exiled from politics, declared finished. But when the world faced its darkest hour, they called on the very man they once cast aside. Why? Because he never surrendered. He never broke. And in the end, his resilience became the foundation of freedom for millions. You may feel overlooked now. You may feel like no one sees the grind, the sacrifice, the late nights. But hear this, the world may not recognize your strength now, but it will. Keep going. Your moment will come, And when it does, they'll ask how you did it. You'll smile, and you'll say, I just refused to quit. Embrace the pain. It's sculpting you. Everyone wants greatness, but not everyone wants what greatness costs. The pain, it's part of the process. The doubt, it's part of the process. The loneliness, the struggle, the sleepless nights, they're not punishment. They're preparation. Diamonds are born from pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And you, your character, your legacy, your strength, are being sculpted in this very moment. Every tear you shed, every fear you conquer, every time you show up when no one's watching, it's chiseling away the weakness, carving out the champion within. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And when you rise, you will rise stronger, deeper, unshakable. Don't avoid the pain. Meet it. Welcome it. Because when others run from fire, you walk through it, and you come out the other side, unburned. One day, it will all make sense. The detours, the delays, the disappointments, they're not setbacks. They are alignment. Every great story has a twist. Every masterpiece has its shadows. And your journey, with all its turns and trials, is part of a design far more beautiful than you can see from here. You are being positioned. Every failure is a lesson. Every rejection is redirection. Every hard season is an invitation to grow. The world may call it coincidence. You know it as preparation. One day you'll look back and realize the pain was the price for the power. The setbacks were the setup. The tears were seeds. And in the garden of your life, everything was growing, even when you couldn't see it. This is the moment you become unbreakable. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. This is where you decide who you are. Not when it's easy, not when the world applauds, but when you're alone, tired, face down in the dirt, with nothing left but breath in your lungs and fire in your soul. This is when you rise. You rise with conviction. You rise with discipline. You rise with vision. And every time you rise, the world takes notice. The universe shifts. The mountains move, because a soul on fire cannot be ignored. So breathe. Stand up. Clench your fists. Lift your head, and walk like someone who knows resilience is your birthright. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not defined by your past. You are the architect of your future, forged in hardship, driven by vision, built by resilience. And when the going gets hard, as it surely will, don't ask for the storm to stop. Become the storm. Because you are not here to break. You are here to build. This is where legends are made. When you rise after being knocked down. When you smile with blood in your mouth and say, I'm still here. When you walk through fire and carry your scars like armor. That's when the world knows. You are not ordinary. You were not put here to merely survive. You were not born to just pay bills, obey fear, and die forgotten. You were created with intention, designed with fire, crafted by a creator who made you unstoppable. Look in the mirror. That reflection. That's someone who's been through hell and is still standing. That's someone who's lost and bled and doubted and still chose to believe. That's not weakness. That's power. The power to rebuild, the power to outlast, the power to begin again when others would end. And now you are standing at the edge of who you were and who you could become. This is the turning point, the invisible line between wishing and doing, between being a victim of your past and a visionary of your future, between surviving this world and changing it. You want to know what separates the great from the forgotten? They didn't wait. They didn't whine. They didn't make excuses. They decided. In the middle of the storm, in the worst season of their life, they made the bold, terrifying, beautiful decision. I will not quit. Because quitting was never an option. Because regret burns longer than pain. Because their future family, their legacy, their soul was worth fighting for. So I say to you now, when the going gets hard, you get harder. When life says no, you say, try me. When your body is tired, your spirit roars louder. And when the world forgets your name, you carve it in stone with your own hands. You are the answer to your own prayer. You are the storm they didn't see coming. You are the dream that refuses to die. And the moment you stop asking for permission, the world will move to make room for your greatness. Don't just endure this life. Command it, shape it, lead it. Because on the other side of pain is power. On the other side of hardship is history. And on the other side of this moment is the life you were born to build. So rise, walk forward, and don't look back. The fire in you was never meant to go out. It was meant to set the world ablaze. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your legacy.